Did you know that you could double the inputs of your audio interface with just one cable? If you're running out of inputs but you need more tracks, the solution might be built into the back of your audio interface. It's called ADAT, and in this video I'll show you what it is, how it works, and how you can use it to expand your recording setup without buying a larger interface. ADAT is a method of sending digital audio from one unit to another using a direct wired connection. It's a simple and convenient way to expand your interface's I/O so that you can record more channels of audio at once. It uses a fiber optic cable, also known as a light pipe, to send up to 8 channels of digital audio from one source to another. The light pipe is terminated with Toslink connectors that use optical receivers on each end. Now, you may be wondering, like I was, what does ADAT stand for? You know, maybe additional digital audio transfer, something like that. That would make sense, right? But to understand ADAT and what it stands for, we need to briefly talk about the history of this format. This video is sponsored by DistroKid. If you're an artist looking to release original music onto Spotify or Apple Music, DistroKid makes it fast and easy with unlimited uploads, and artists keep 100% of their royalties and earnings. They also have plenty of tools to help promote and protect your music, like DistroLock, which uses acoustic fingerprinting to make it harder for anyone who's not you to upload your original music online. You can use the link in the description to get a discount off your first year's subscription with DistroKid. And if you're a student or teacher, you can look out for the educational link for an even larger discount. Hey, it's me from the editing room. After making this brief little history montage, I found this promo video from the 90s, and I just had to include a couple clips from it because, I mean, it's just unbelievable. Like, even the music is just incredible. So I'm going to include a couple clips of that because I think it really shows the basics of a lot of what we use a digital audio workstation for, while still being sort of a physical analog format. Now, the history of ADAT begins with it being designed as Alesis digital audio tape in 1991. This is a magnetic tape format that could record 8 tracks of digital audio onto the same SVHS tapes used by consumer VCRs.
ADAT records approximately 40 minutes of audio on a standard SVHS tape cassette.
Now, these tapes were used with the ADAT XT 8-channel audio recorder, which is basically a VCR-looking thing that used these VHS tapes to record digital audio at 16-bit fidelity. Now, these were certainly before my time, but I did have one experience when I was interning at a studio where an artist brought in an old DAT cartridge to use as a demo for their project. But that's really the only time that I've ever come across something like this. One of the main selling points was that multiple ADAT machines could be connected together to record up to 128 tracks simultaneously with sample-perfect timing using the light pipe.
Include a built-in synchronization system that allows multiple ADATs to lock together in perfect synchronization. A master digital I/O carries all 8 tracks simultaneously via optical cable, allowing for perfect, degradation-free digital dubbing between ADATs. So you can expand the number of recording tracks and buy more ADATs as your budget allows and your needs expand.
And it's this format that has become so widely accepted by other hardware manufacturers that many audio interfaces that you see today will have a light pipe interface. Some even have 2. And this is often the method for expanding your interface with another 4 or 8 preamp unit. In 2004, the Alesis digital audio tape was recognized in the first ever TEC Technology of Fame Awards for beginning a revolution of affordable recording tools. As someone who grew up learning on DAWs like GarageBand, Logic, or Pro Tools, it's easy to take these digital audio tools for granted. The speed, malleability, and low cost of recording audio, the ease of editing and undoing those edits, duplicating recorded tracks, or expensive analog modeled plugins. All of this may sound trivial in 2025, but looking back, I can really see how a tool like this could be a turning point for the rise of home digital recordings, especially alongside one of the other TEC award winners from 1991, which was DigiDesign Pro Tools. You have these two things together, and you're unstoppable. And I mean, just listen to the stuff that they're excited about with this digital tape.
Modular recording means you can build as many tracks as you desire while you're recording and do composite editing before the final mixdown. This means that you can do complex composite digital editing.
The multi-track overdubbing, editing before mixing, all these things are commonplace now, if not expected. And I know this video is about the Lightpipe cable and not the recording unit, but I think it's really interesting how familiar a lot of that language sounded even from 35 years ago. Since then, a variety of tools have emerged that transfer audio over Ethernet or IP. Protocols like AES51 or Dante have been developed to offer more flexibility, less interference, and support higher track counts. Now, one thing you need to know about ADAT is the optical Lightpipe connection has a fixed bandwidth. This means that it can only carry a certain amount of information at once. So if you want to push through higher sample rates, you're going to have to trade off the number of channels. This is made possible through something called sample multiplexing, or S/MUX, which was originally developed by a company called Sonorous. So in short, sample multiplexing splits the audio data across multiple channels. So if you're running at higher sample rates, you won't get the full 8 channels because some of them get used to carry extra pieces of the audio data. So you can get 8 channels at 44.1 or 48 kilohertz, 4 channels at 96 kilohertz, or 2 channels at 192 kilohertz. And one more important detail is that all ADAT Lightpipe signals are transmitted in 24-bit resolution. If you sent in 16-bit audio, those last 8 bits are simply set to 0. You're never losing data, you're just not using the full capacity. So the key takeaway with ADAT here is the higher the sample rate you use, the fewer tracks that you can record. And internally, ADAT is going to manage that trade-off. So to set up ADAT with your interface, you want to begin by connecting your unit with the ADAT out to your interface, ADAT in. Then make sure that both units are set to the same sample rate. Now you'll want to set your clock source in your interface's software. Now ideally you would set the clock source to your interface, but for me I get clicking and noise when it's on that setting, so I use ADAT 1 as the clock source. Next, you're going to find your inputs. Pro Tools labels them really well, but I did have to go digging in Logic, so it would be a good idea to label these within your I/O. And now you can record with your extra inputs. This is great for using outboard preamps with your existing interface, as well as expanding your I/O. So if you've got your own methods for using ADAT, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear them because this is one of the easiest ways to expand your interface's I/O. And if you're looking for a new interface, something that's portable, but you still want that expandability and adaptability, I would definitely recommend getting something that has an ADAT port on it. So I hope you found this video helpful. Leave a like if you did, and consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
And I know it's been a way too